Hello, and welcome to the Fast Track to Fearless with me, Tracy Forsyth. So, do you remember that advert? In fact, maybe it's still going. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's just Maybelline. Well, the thing I want to talk about today is confidence and the belief that confidence is something that you're born with. I don't think so. I was not. I was a very shy, awkward young lady, and confidence is definitely something that I built. So I do think it's not something you're necessarily born with. I know there's lots of people out there who you think might be, but I do think that for most people, it's just something that you build over time. So like a muscle, it gets stronger the more you use it. So if you're thinking, oh, confidence is something either you have or you don't have, I don't think that's true. So confidence is built up, like those pecs, not bestowed. And so how do you build it? Well, I think it really is through action. Think about how muscles grow. You don't wait until you're feeling strong before you pick up a weight. You pick up the weight and then you lift it a few times and then the strength follows. So confidence, I think, works in the same way. The more you do, the more evidence your brain has that you can. Yes, you can, in the words of Barack Obama. And that evidence becomes trust in yourself, that self-belief. You're believing in the facts that you can do it. So it's just really having the faith that you can do it. So that's confidence. So if you're thinking about this and thinking, how do I build that muscle, the confidence muscle? These are just 3 ways to start building your confidence muscle from today. So number 1 is to start small. Just speak up in one meeting this week, just once. Don't wait around thinking of questions and then getting annoyed because somebody else got in there first and that was your question all along. Just practice speaking up in meetings. My rule of thumb is whatever meeting you go to, if it's like 30 minutes, you should speak up at least 3 times. Yeah. So make a presence known and felt in those meetings. The second one is to stack your wins. I am a big fan of the notes section in my iPhone. And a little note thing, having a little note thing that just sort of is like a cheer list, is kind of like stacking the wins. So write down every small success. Why? Because it's harder to dismiss something if it's in black and white, so evidence fuels confidence. So the third one is to do as Nike says and just do it. Take action before you feel 100% ready. If you're waiting for confidence before you act, then flip it. Act first and the confidence will follow. Stop waiting for the feeling. Sometimes that feeling never comes. Yeah. So start building the skill. So it's literally like lifting tin, pushing your weights, etc., etc. Start small, and then before you know it, you'll be like Arnold Schwarzenegger, confidence-wise, muscle-wise. Yeah. Anyway, so those of you who are out there reading and watching this until this point, what's one small action that you think you'll take this week to strengthen your confidence muscle? Share it in the comments. I would love to cheer you on. Take care. See you next week.